Hello everyone, we have an amazing returning guest, Marc de Mesel, all the way from Kenya. So we've got an exclusive video. We're going to be finding out what Marc thinks of the crypto markets, when will the bear market end and we get a trend reversal. We're also going to be finding out Marc's favorite coins, getting some insights on Bitcoin Cash, because we haven't covered that in a while. And we're going to be finding out when we can all buy Lambos again.
Thank you so much, Luke, for having me on your YouTube channel. And yes, I'm in Kenya here. The sun is shining, but it's actually winter, so it's actually pretty cold.
Wow.
But it's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really nice over there. And it makes me happy that I've got good weather over here as well.
Yes, how many degrees is it in England now?
Yesterday it went up to 32 degrees Celsius. I think today,
wow.
yeah. So today,
very warm.
Yeah. So today it's going to be a little bit cooler, but yeah, it's going to last all throughout this week, and the next week it's going to rain. So it might be the same for Europe as well.
That's very cool. And I just rewatched our interview we did, our first interview. It was on 6th of November 2017. And it was just a great interview. And I recommend all people to watch it also. Because, we covered some good topics and made some great calls about the market at that time. It was 200 billion, the market cap of all coins, and the dominance of Bitcoin was 60%. And so in the interview, we discussed what I expected for the future. And I said the highest risk is for a bubble to happen the next few months, not for a bear crash, but a bubble. And to see it go to $1 trillion, that was the title of the video too. $1 trillion market cap and Lambos. And that's exactly what happened. The next 3 months, the total market cap of all coins went up from 200 billion to about 800 billion, the peak. And we also discussed what the opportunity is, Bitcoin or altcoins, and Bitcoin was at 60% market cap, market dominance. And we said that it was alts that was the opportunity there, because Bitcoin had gone up, altcoins had been correcting strong for a couple of months versus Bitcoin. But what happened the months after was that altcoins just totally boomed. Bitcoin continued to go up the next 2 months later, but it was especially altcoins that went up a lot more. So we made some tremendous good calls there. So I hope we can do this over in this interview.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there was some really good information shared there, and it was really popular as well. You're really popular, man, and people like your insights. So it's good stuff, and I really enjoyed it too. And
thanks so much, Luke.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, and talking of the bubble and stuff, you called the crypto crash in late 2017, which is when we did the video. Despite a few miniature bull rallies in between December and now, crypto hasn't really recovered. I mean, everything's still down 60 to 80% on average. When will the torment end? Like, when are we going to get a reversal?
Yes. I think that that it's another year out. So only by the middle of 2019, I think the highest odds are to find the low there for the biggest coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, to find the low there. But it's only 1 year out. And why do I think that? Simply extrapolating past durations of bubbles and bears. If you just look at how long the bubble lasted. It lasted for 2015, 16 and 17, 3 years was the time of the bubble. And usually the bear market is half the time of the bubble. So that's 1 year and a half. That's just how it has been in the past. So it's most likely that that's going to repeat, and it's going to be again the same now. And also another factor is, of course, stock markets are also now going sideways. Not collapsing yet, but sideways. In contrast to the last 9 years, since 2009, stock market has gone up, but now it's gone sideways for a half a year, and so there is a very good chance that stock market also will have a bad year, and that also does not help, of course, crypto, because crypto is perceived as the highest risk asset in the market. So if the other markets do poorly, crypto will likely do poorly too. So I think that just makes just gives higher odds that indeed we will get a long bear market for crypto.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I made a download where it basically explains like the whole, it's quite a Bitcoin bubble formula, and from what I was like looking at, it could be like it's like 2 good years and then 2 bad years. I don't think we're going to see a reversal properly, maybe until next year or something. So who knows, right? But I agree. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. How do you think? Yeah, sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah, and you're right about the 2 years good, 2 years bad. So actually, it's for only the biggest coins that I think have the high odds to find the bottom middle 2019, but the small coins not. It takes double as long for the small coins to find their low, because what has happened in the past is when the big coins find their low, that used to be only Bitcoin, but now that's actually, I think, more like the top 3. When Bitcoin find their low, it started then to go up. But actually, the first year, like in 2015, Bitcoin find a low in January at $160. By the end of the year, it was at $250, or no, maybe $300, $350. But in that 1 year, that first year, alts went down versus Bitcoin, continued to go down versus Bitcoin, and versus fiat just stayed flat, or actually no, some of them actually continued to go down also. So I think for the top 100, the top 1,000, the lows will only be found not in middle 2019, but at the end of 2020. So that's indeed like 3 years from here, 2 years and a half. So that's, I think, most likely to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just got this website up called All-Time High Coin Index, athcoinindex.com, and it basically shows every single cryptocurrency, well, every single listed one on CoinMarketCap, and it shows them from how down they are from all their all-time highs. And people at home can see this. I don't know if you can see this, Mark, but
yes, I can.
Yeah. And there's literally hang on, I'm trying to get it back. So like Bitcoin is down like just under 70%, and that's probably like one of the better performing coins. And you've got like Ethereum and Ripple, which are down like 70 to almost 90%. Bitcoin Cash 83% down, EO 65% down, Litecoin 78% down, Cardano is 90% down, like NEM is 92% down. I mean, that's pretty intense. You know, that's pretty crazy.
Yes, it is crazy, and if you would have asked me how deep will the market go, I would not have predicted so deep actually. I think this is an anomaly actually in this bear market. It has corrected percentage-wise too much compared to how much it has gone up, and are of similar percentages as the drawdowns in the bear market of 2014 and 15. So this is actually this means it's oversold, and I think that indicates that actually right now, very short term, the next few months, there is a very good odds that you actually get another quite strong rebound, because just the drawdowns are too high. These kind of drawdowns should be at the end of the bear market when the lows are found, but they are all actually there already. So what I think is that this shows that this bear market will be bad, and it's probably because the stock market also has a hard time. And I think we can expect drawdowns that will be end up be as high as in previous bear markets. So for Bitcoin, it ended up correcting 85% in the last bear market when it went from $1,150 to $160. That was minus 85%, and so I think we will see a similar drawdown for Bitcoin at minus 85% in about 1 year's time. And the same for the other coins. Like for example, Ethereum did not exist in the last bubble of 2013. It only came on the market in 2014-15. But Ethereum can be compared with the second biggest coin in the last bull market was Litecoin and Ripple. Both of these coins corrected 97%, 95 and 97%. So for Ethereum, I think you can expect such a drawdown of 95% in 1 year's time. and that means it peaked out at what was it? At 1,000. Sorry, I forgot the number. Is it mentioned there? $1,400. Yes. So that's not $140, but $70 will be the final low of Ethereum. Huh? And for Bitcoin, it's not 20,000 was the peak, minus 85%. So how much is that? That's $3,000 will be the final bottom. I think these things will happen simply because that's the trajectory that we're on now. We already have a drawdown of minus 70%. So to get to minus 85%, it's not that much deeper. Yeah. And it's only half current value of $6,000 for Bitcoin. And of course, if we have another year of bear market, which is most likely, we will find a new low. And so it seems that this is quite probable to happen.
Okay, so what implications do you see the stock market having on cryptocurrency markets, if any?
Yes, I think I think it's very interesting to see now a stock market correction in 2018. This was very likely to happen because we had the second longest bull market in history for stocks since 2009. So there's been 9 years of bull market for stocks, and there's only one period in time that was right after the depression. In the 30s, that you have the longer bull market. That was 12 years or so not much longer. But all the other bull markets were shorter, so it's very likely that we will get a correction, but you never know which year exactly. But it seems it's this year. And this of course has a strong effect on crypto, because crypto always was started in 2009. So crypto only has known a bull market for stocks, and the bull market always becomes stronger towards the end. People take more and more risk, and also in the stock market you have the same phenomenon as in crypto. It's parabolic, so the last year it will go up the most, and this is what we saw also. But what's also very interesting is crypto is a new asset class in the world. But since it's new, it's perceived as extremely risky, and it's also the most volatile. And so typically at the end of a stock market, the most risky assets will go up the most. So that used to be before crypto. You had penny stocks that would go up the most at the end of a stock market. But you also had usually real estate. It goes parallel up with stock markets. Because it's a good, feeling good asset. And so what you would see is that the lowest quality real estate would go up the most at the end of a stock market bubble. And also art, for example, is high risk, or cars, like high-end cars. We saw also a bubble in art and high-end cars in 2000. What was it? 15, 16, 17. Yeah. Some of these cars went up crazy, but also crypto really went up a lot. And so what you see is that the highest risk markets start collapsing before lower risk markets. And so you saw that, for example, high-end cars, like for example, you have Lamborghini Diablo. That went up from about $100,000 you could buy it like 5 years ago, and that went up to $500,000. So basically an old Lambo that you can't drive. It goes up 5x in US dollar value in a couple of years. That's the first that started to collapsing already in 16 or 17. But crypto markets also start collapsing before stock market. In January 2018, half a year back, and stock markets followed soon, and also started collapsing basically in February. So it's very interesting to see these patterns, it just doesn't look good right now for anything. Everything probably gonna get slashed this year. And it's very good time to be patient, and if you have cash, to keep it on the sideline, but also to put in buy orders that can be filled during panic sell-offs, because in contrast to many people, I do think this will be a short correction, only 1 year, of bad stock markets, maybe 2 years maximum, and the drawdowns will totally not be as much as the last crisis of 2008, because that was a Great Depression crisis that you only see every 100 of years, that the stock market collapsed with 50% in 1 year. That's extremely rare, and many people think this will repeat, but I think this is very unlikely. And so this is basically, I think we will, it's most likely, the stock markets usually are cycles of 20 years good, 10 years bad. So we are 10 years good now, so it's another 10 years that's coming. And so this is more like a correction of 1987, where the stock market also had about 7 years, 8 years good times. Then you have a strong correction year, but after that it's another 12 years of bull market. And I think the same will happen now. We will have another 10 years of extremely big bull market for stocks, but of course crypto also. And so this year I think will be next year will be a great buying opportunity for all the cash that you have on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's interesting. What's your take on gold and commodities? And do you think do you see that millennials are kind of ignoring gold and silver?
Yes, yes. In the crypto world, you see that like many people have made great money, but even when they do, very few people will diversify into gold. It's just, and I think this is the problem with gold investors. They are not willing to see the truth, which is that gold continues to lose its function as money in society. This process has been going on for hundreds of years, but it's still ongoing. It's not finished. It will only finish when gold is actually only there because we live in a world of fiat, and fiat has no store of value function. You can't save value in fiat. Fiat is inflated too much. So that's why gold is still of value in society, and some people still value gold. But it's just going down over time together with fiat. Fiat now is also starting to lose its value as money thanks to crypto. But over time, and this will go faster than most people expect. Over time is in our lifetime. In only 20 years, 30 years time, we will see the function of fiat and gold go down a lot in society. Now it's only like only one, maybe up to from the West. Actually, it's pretty high already. About 5% has been speculating into crypto. Has crypto? That's very high. 5%. Only happened in 2017.
You reckon 5%? You think it's 5%? I think it's a bit less. I think it's less than 5%.
Yeah, how much?
I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it might be a little bit less than in my opinion, because a lot of people did go in at the end, but 5% that would be quite a bit.
Yes.
I think it's probably more like 1%. Yeah.
I think it's. I think you're right. It's still less than 1% if you just look globally. But if you look just at the West, just at Europe and America, I think it is 5% in my estimation. Because and there's a big difference between 1% and 5%. The big difference is that you can say if it's less than 1%, then you can say, well, it's less than 1%, which is almost nothing. But if it's 5%, that's not nothing anymore, because the old people is zero. So the young people have to be a lot more than 5%, and that's exactly what happened. I think if you would just do a quick sample of young people in the shopping street, you ask them, did you buy crypto? Well, you will find out it's more than 10% that says yes, they own crypto. So it has been a big bubble. It has been over the news everywhere. The young generation has really participated very big into crypto in 2017, more than 10%. So that's and also the like people my age, 30 years, 40 years. I think it's also considerable. But okay, I mean, it's not that important. What is important is the topic we were talking about, and I forgot it.
Gold. It's still early. Gold and the millennials ignoring gold, basically.
Yes. I think that we will see very quickly this percentage go up a lot. So now we have a bear market for another year or 2 years. After that, we have a new bull market, which will take a lot longer than because it's always 50% longer. So the last bull market was 3 years, while the next bull market will be 4.5 years. That means we find the bottom in middle 2019. Well, plus 4.5, this, until 2024 we have a bull market for 4.5 years. And in that bull market, very likely we will see that, okay, now let's say it peaked out in the West at 5%. Well, in the next bull market, it will peak out at not 5%, but 30% of the population of the West has been buying crypto. That will be huge and will be much bigger than, for example, the .com bubble. Where it was not 30% of the population that bought .com shares. No, that never happened. And so, and same for gold bubbles. They've never have a participation of 30% of the population. So crypto is really something much more comparable to the internet bubble in the sense that. But there is one big difference. Like what's very comparable is the adoption. Today, everybody lives on the internet in the West, and shops. The total economy has changed due to the internet, and this happened in only 20 years' time. That's really crazy, and that's what's going to happen with money. Not over 20 years, not so fast, but over, let's say, 40 years. That actually fiat and gold becomes, like, I think we will see that in market cap, we peaked out at 800 billion. But that's, let's call that 1 trillion. But if you look at all money in circulation, that's about, right now, let's say about 50 trillion or so. So it's 50 times higher than crypto. But in the next bubble, we will see again that crypto 100 folds from the bottom till the peak at least. And so, let's say the bottom is 100 billion. You do times 100, that's 10 trillion. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. So 10 trillion. So the next bubble, we go to 10 to probably higher. It will probably be 20 trillion. Whereas all money in circulation, fiat and gold combined, is about, let's say, 50 trillion. So what you see in next bubble is that the market cap of crypto will already be equal or like almost equal to the market cap of all fiat and gold in circulation. And this is in 2024. That's only in like 6-7 years from here. It's only close. Yes. So and of course speculation is first, adoption comes after that. So people first buy coins to make money, but after that they start using it. So in only like by 2030, only in like 10-15 years, we will see that half the economy is already using crypto to pay people and to save money. So this will go fast. This is tremendous story still.
Yeah, definitely. You made some really good points there as well, and I totally agree. I think 2020, 2024 as well is another key year. I think it's just going to pop off, in my opinion as well. So I totally agree. So before we start wrapping this interview up and stuff, this has been great as always. You always have such really good insights. Give us like what's going on with Bitcoin Cash, because I haven't spoken about Bitcoin Cash for a while, and I still see the tribalism between Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCH. I still see the rivalry there, kind of like bubbling underneath, and the tribalism. I mean, I like I said before the show, let them both scale how they want and let the best coin win. What's your take on it all at the moment with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin and the whole mayhem that's going on?
Yeah, I think. No, the war is certainly not over. But I think as investors, it's our job to take sides. You can actually choose to not take sides and buy an index of crypto. You can do that, and of course, like that can be the wise decision. The same with the .com bubble at the time. If you would just buy an index, you would have done well, but you would not have done as well at all than picking the winners. But you would have done a lot better than picking the losers. Right, and this is a great yes. And it's a great danger in the dot-com bubble in 1995, when that really started to take off. The leading companies was Netscape, Yahoo, and American Online, and all three of them failed. So this is what happens. Like the leaders in the beginning may totally lose the market, and so the people that make money on these assets are founders that cash out in time, but the investors that buy these assets at the peak of the bubble end up losing all their money, even though they were in the right sector. So this is extremely important to, in case of doubt, be neutral and buy both. But if you can, as an investor, I think we do have an important function in society that's allocating capital, and in that way we actually also have a crucial role in creating winners. This is not a neutral thing that we do. We actually have an influence on the market. In the case of the story is simple. Look through all the poisonous talk, and that is that cryptocurrency, for it to find global wide adoption, needs to be much better than fiat, and it's not better if you have to pay $10 per transaction. Then people people will pay just. Then it's better to do a bank transfer. It's cheaper. So and also like paying with your card or just with cash paper money, that costs you nothing to pay someone in cash. It's very easy. Also, it's fully private, and the same as and and these days with your mobile phones and doing bank transfer or just with a card payment, like all these payments are free. So cryptocurrency will never break through if you're gonna ask even $1 per transaction. It's too much. And if you then have like changing fees, like sometimes the $1, sometimes 10, sometimes 20 cents, like this is not workable. It's just unattractive. So also it's launch and compete with your crypto. So if a crypto can offer free transaction over, so Bitcoin has chosen the wrong path. This is just the wrong path chosen, and that's a pity, but it's what happened. So then you have to ask yourself, okay, what's the best investment? Where is the opportunity here if it's not Bitcoin? Is it Bitcoin Cash or is it something else? And I think the answer is there that it's both. It's Bitcoin Cash, and also some other coins will succeed in going up a lot more than Bitcoin Cash and be much better investments. But one thing is for sure, it's not Bitcoin. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because the bad business model.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said on both sides, and I think both sides have taken shots at one another. I mean, there was spamming of the mempool, and which triggered the fees to go much higher than what they were. There's a lot of misinformation flying around. Percentage-wise, I think Bitcoin Cash, percentage-wise, could do much better than the Bitcoin. I mean, it's because it's a smaller market cap, so it's more volatile. It's harder to move. I don't know, like $100 billion ecosystem than it is to move $25 billion ecosystem, right? And that's just how capital works. Which one will survive or which one will win? Well, let the market decide. I mean, the market chose the SegWit version of Bitcoin as BTC at the moment. I think with Bitcoin Cash is that one of the problems that it has with it and why it gets so much resistance in this space is where it's using Bitcoin's brand, and then you've got the Bitcoin Cash side saying that it's Bitcoin, and then you've got another ecosystem saying that they're Bitcoin, and this clash has caused a lot of confusion to people who want to come into the space, and there's been a few examples of that. So I think this is it's messy, and it was kind of unnecessary. But another insight I got with it is that who's actually controlling which. And in my opinion, Bitcoin Cash is China's coin. Bitcoin is the West's coin. That's how I see it. I think that's kind of how it's playing out. What will happen in the future? Will it take over Bitcoin itself? Will Bitcoin prevail? We'll let history decide. But that's my take on it anyway. But I foresee there's a lot of geopolitics involved with the two. It's who's behind it, who's behind the tech, who's funding the development, and who's controlling the mining power. And that's how I see it at the moment. I don't know if you agree on that, but yeah.
Well, I think that's the biggest loss for like, because of these transaction fees are gone up. That just makes many business models just impossible. Like BitPay, trying to see merchants adopt Bitcoin. Of course, it was already a problem, but with the rising transaction fees, it was totally lost. But BitPay has built a business on that. They can't just say, okay, let's close the doors now. No, so they have to make it work, and so their only option was to switch to Bitcoin Cash and other coins and start promoting that to the merchants, because merchants would never use Bitcoin if it's $1 per transaction.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's just in Asia that you have a shift towards Bitcoin Cash. It's also in the West among. It's not, and not just the merchant industry. Like there are other people that try to build things on top of Bitcoin and have switched to Bitcoin Cash because of the fees. So
yeah, sure, yeah.
But I think the most important thing as an investor is and of course I've made this mistake also, is you get caught up into certain things, and you make the wrong decisions based on emotions instead of facts.
Right.
And so you may not like certain people, and that's why you make wrong decisions. But the facts are very important, and that's when it comes to cryptocurrency, you can't look at how much profit they make because it's not a real business in traditional sense. But you can look at the amount of transactions that's happening on the chain. Is that going up or not? Is that growing fast or not? That will tell you something about, is it picking up in adoption or not? This is extremely important. And if you look at that,
yeah.
Yes, it is very important. And so what you see is that for Bitcoin is still leading when it comes to amount of value transacted on the chain. Bitcoin is clear still a leader. People still use Bitcoin today to transfer big amounts. But when you look at the amount of transactions, it's totally collapsing. In Bitcoin, people don't use Bitcoin anymore for small transactions, and that shows in the amount of transactions that's totally collapsing. And so with Bitcoin Cash, you see that it is really picking up a lot. The amount of transactions is really really growing strongly. You can find that easily on the internet. The statistics, and this is very important, and it will likely continue over the next year. And so for us, we have to make decisions. Which coin will we buy when the bear market has played out for the next few years? And for me, it's Bitcoin Cash as a first, because I expect the top coins to bottom out first in middle 2019. And then if you buy these top coins, of course that will be true for Bitcoin also. At the bottom the year for altcoins to correct, but I think it will be even more true for Bitcoin Cash. If you buy that, it will probably go up a lot more than Bitcoin in the first year of the bull market, or the first 2 years of the bull market, and it will also go up more versus all other altcoins, the smaller ones. And so I think Bitcoin Cash is a better thing to buy, because you will buy more alts after you have some Bitcoin Cash. It will go up more than Bitcoin, and then you can shop with that some other alts that are interesting, and that's why that way diversify away from Bitcoin Cash, because of course this project can fail also. Nothing is certain.
That's true.
But I think that's the right way to play it.
Yeah, no, these are good points, right? And that's the thing, because in my opinion, like Bitcoin, before we go on to the next topic, I'll just echo what you've just said, like, because I believe that Bitcoin, because what I'm seeing is Bitcoin is being pushed as digital gold. And look, that's fine if people want to invest in it and store their value in it and get out of the banking system, like, thumbs up for me. But I don't think we should take away Bitcoin being a peer-to-peer cash system. I think if I want to give you £1 worth of Bitcoin, I should be able to do that, or vice versa, right? And I think we shouldn't stifle the technology by taking that ability away, because we call it cryptocurrencies. Isn't that what a currency actually is? Although I think that the term cryptocurrency may not be totally accurate, but that is what we call it. It should be more called crypto money if we're going to be looking at, especially Bitcoin, as digital gold. But I think that we shouldn't take away its liquidity, and it should still be, you know, used as cash as well as a store of value, because gold, a big lump of gold, right? And you know, it's lovely to see a piece of gold, but it's hard to buy your groceries with a big lump or bar of gold. You can do it with silver much more easy. Like a small silver coin, you can probably buy your petrol or your groceries very easily because it's worth less. With gold, you can't chip off a piece of gold and give it to your supermarket. So this is why I kind of take a zoomed out approach on both Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, because I see the argument. It's just where people start censoring and misleading each other. That's when I kind of start to think, like, what the fuck? You know, all the censoring and all the slyness. That's I don't like that, but I understand the whole Bitcoin philosophy behind the whole kind of debate. That's what it is, right? It's the whole Bitcoin philosophy. You know, but in my opinion, I think Ripple is the bigger threat to the whole Bitcoin philosophy as a whole. I think Ripple is a bigger threat to Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash are ultimately trying to push for that Bitcoin philosophy dominance, whereas Ripple is innovating the banks. But I could go into that another day. But moving on from that, I mean, is any sort of last comments you want to have on that topic before we move on to the last topic, mate?
I just think that from a positive perspective, like, I really think it's a great opportunity, Bitcoin Cash. For me, it's a second chance to buy Bitcoin the right way. Yeah, sure. Because when I invest in Bitcoin the first time in 2012, it was a very different world. Bitcoin was something extremely risky, probably would be outlawed, and not only would you lose your money, you could go to prison too, so you have to be extremely careful with that. Yes. Today we're in a different world. Like, crypto has gone mainstream. It's totally accepted as an investment. It will not be outlawed. You will not go to jail for investing in it. But we have new challenges. Like the challenge today is, like, which will be the winners, which will be the losers, and we're lucky because we have another very likely very big bubble coming, and so everything will go up. Even the losers will go up a lot. So that's still to come. Like Netscape, America Online, Yahoo, all went up a lot until the bubble of 1999. So that were still great investments, even though 5 years later all of these companies were dead and gone. But so in the next bubble, the same will probably happen. Like, everything will go up a lot, and so you can make money with everything. Yeah. The most important thing is to not be sidestepped with the bear markets. Gonna take probably a lot longer than here, go a lot deeper, and so you get a lot more negativity than we see now. Not only will people doubt and be disappointed, no, they will be angry and very negative. That's still to come, and we will see that in about 1 year's time. And so don't get lost there. Keep your head straight, keep your cash dry, so that you can, like, buy against the trend down. That's the most important thing. And I think actually not just buy, but really buy extremely strong, meaning Don't leave any fiat in your accounts. Don't leave any real estate in your portfolio. Don't leave any stocks in your portfolio or gold. Just dump it all for crypto. That's what I'm gonna do because crypto allows you to do something very new. In contrast to other asset classes. So what you can do with crypto is it's actually money, and it's going to become more and more money. So if you convert all your other assets into crypto, then you can just keep that, and then a true crypto believer and investor and promoter, what he will do is that he will spend crypto and not fiat. Or invent your crypto, and to really make that market happen, you have to have only crypto and not fiat, because otherwise, if you have fiat or other assets, you're really tempted to spend that, because crypto always goes up. And so in a bull market, it starts to go up and it continues to go up. And so every crypto that you spend, instead of the fiat that you have, you feel bad about, because the market then doubles again a couple months later, and you're thinking, I should have spent that fiat and not that crypto. So you end up spending fiat even during a bubble, and so that's not good. So in order to be able to start really spending your crypto, and that's not only for merchants, it's also for investments. Like Ethereum, for example, I'm not planning to invest in Ethereum. I canceled that idea because it's just not my thing. But if Ethereum is your thing, the bear market is really a perfect opportunity to really go, like, just buy that extremely strongly. This will correct probably a lot. A lot of negative news will come around it. But if you just like dump your other assets for Ethereum when it goes to $200 or $100, and then in the bull market you start investing in Ethereum in all kind of beautiful things that you can use Ethereum for to invest in, like that's gonna be an amazing trade. But if you have other assets to worry about, because you didn't invest in Ethereum, that sucks and it's a waste of time. So these kind of risk levels, I would never have recommended in the past to do that, but now I do. And this I learned from Roger Ver. He did that as the first one, to really dump all his other assets for Bitcoin, and then really use his Bitcoin to invest in companies, and to really everything he spends is only Bitcoin. And so he really has like not only invested a lot with Bitcoin in companies, but also he's always spending his Bitcoin with merchants when he travels or when he buys something. And he's also like paying all the people into Bitcoin. So that's how you do it. But you can only do that when you only have Bitcoin. And so, and that's a mistake I've made in the past. I always had some fiat assets, and also during another big mistake, when the bull market starts, then I start to like lock in profits, and so I sell some crypto for fiat. And that way I'm always building a fiat stash, and so I keep on living the fiat lifestyle, and that's the problem. And so my strategy for next time is, in the bear market, dump all my assets for crypto, but also then do a buy and hold forever, like Roger Ver does. He's not busy anymore with, oh, is it time to sell now because it has gone up too much? No, he's just like spending always Bitcoin and just trying to build the Bitcoin industry. And so and that you cannot do if you're busy with like the market prices and you want to sell high, buy low, sell high. This is a full-time job that I've been doing for the past few years. I've become very good at it, but I don't want to do that anymore in the future. I really want to build the crypto business, and that requires a different investment style. It's to basically dump all your other assets for crypto when the opportunity is there, and then really do just a buy and hold. Like, you never sell your crypto again, except when it is to buy something with crypto, like to invest with crypto in a business, or to buy whatever, a car or a house with your crypto. Yes, this way you can diversify a little, but every time you diversify, you help your crypto succeed. So that's my plan, and I think it's, if you can do that, if you're willing to take on that risk, then you're going to be a big winner. But to take on that risk, you have to really understand the fundamentals and really believe in the how likely it is that crypto will succeed. It is actually extremely likely.
Yeah. I mean, just to kind of finish up, what is your, like, I don't know, top 2, top 3 coins that you would say that you're really interested in at the moment?
Yeah, so for me, I like to focus on just a few projects, just because, I like that. And so for me, I put my focus on Bitcoin Cash and Byteball, and I have one other coin, Bismuth, and that's it. I don't have other coins.
What was the third one?
Bismuth.
Bismuth.
Bismuth is BIS. It's a very small coin. It was started by a friend of mine a couple of years back. But I did not invest in this coin because I thought it had great ideas. No, I invested in because the guy behind it I really like. He's a good friend, and I really like just how he thinks. And so I was very impressed. He started his own crypto, and so I invested some during the bull market.
Sorry, how do I spell it?
It's Bismuth. It's BISMUTH.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small coin still, and I think it's a good investment just because the leadership is very good. You know.
So I'll show it on CoinMarketCap now. Hang on, so that people can see at home. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, go on. Carry on, mate. Carry on.
Yeah. So, but I think, it's a very good approach to pick some projects and then invest in it strongly. And also promote and then promote it. Like I don't like. I've been doing that also in the last bull market just to diversify. I bought a lot of coins or followed someone that invests in a lot of coins. But I'm not planning to do that the next bull market. It's just too much work and it's not worth it for me. I don't want to do that anymore.
Understood. Cool. Okay. Well, people can see this now. So I've shown people this so they can check it out. I'll leave all the links below. And just quickly tell everyone where they can find you. And I'll leave all the links to all your where they can find you below as well. But just give people an insight on where they can find you. And I know you've got a YouTube channel as well, of course.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And indeed, I also have Twitter, very active. It's all Marc de Mesel or @MarcDeMesel, and I also have an Instagram where I share pictures of my life, my travels, but also my Lambo and my dates, my girls, and also videos about. So it's a lots of fun. These are the short videos. My YouTube channel is for the longer videos.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I always watch your videos. I remember you did a video last year in Disneyland. That was legendary because it was like you called it like it was like when basically it was like you were at the top of like a particular like bull trend and you were in Disneyland or something. That was great. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much, Luke. That was in the middle of 2017, and at that point I thought that crypto was peaking out. Bitcoin had just reached $3,000, and I was wrong there. I thought we were in a bubble, but actually it ended up going much higher, and I changed my mind luckily afterwards. But thanks so much, Luke, for the opportunity to talk to your viewers.
It was an honor, man. It's always good to talk, man, and you always have great insights. Thank you for coming on, and thank you to everyone who's watching. Please subscribe to both our channels, follow on Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, and enjoy your day. Cool.
Thanks so much, Luke.
Cool.